and this lovely book of Buddhism, plain and simple. All right, that's nice.
What's going on, everybody? This is Shadow. I'm with Jochen and Ray from our band, Raw Pain Down.
What's going on?
How you doing today, brother?
So today, we're going to do the theme like we did with Al. What was the album that changed your life, Jochen?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I'm pretty sure there are like a few out there.
But do you remember, like, when you were a kid, like something dropped?
Yeah, no, I remember a few. Like when I started, it was definitely like Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Wow,
Like
that's
because that's such a great album, and I was listening back and forth over and over again for years. It's just such a great album, songwriting wise, musicianship wise. And then when I got into metal, it was most likely like Metallica, Kill 'Em All, and maybe Halloween, like Keeper of the Seven Keys.
Cool.
What got me into metal, and it's just I was always like I came from a family of musicians, so I was always heavily influenced by classical music, beautiful melody, like all the stuff from Mozart, Beethoven.
Awesome.
I love Beethoven. Beethoven was that's
Beethoven
it for me.
is genius.
Play that. You got to be tote.
Yeah, no, and the interesting part is that he was deaf and kind of imagined all this stuff like what he created. No, so I always was very melody driven. So for me, always a strong melody is always very powerful, and so that's.
So the Thriller had that. It had the melodies.
And also
Quincy
like,
Jones, man, I wish he was
Right.
still
Always,
alive. I
always
wish
the
I would love to work with him.
Johnson was the bass player for that whole
What was it?
album. Brothers Johnson.
Okay.
One of the baddest bass players on the planet. That
no,
he
and
played
also
on
like
that album.
guitar player wise, like
Steve Lukather, right? And then Eddie Van Halen.
Steve Lukather played bass on Beat It, like Eddie Van Halen. And he always had, Michael Jackson always had great guitar. Like what with Jennifer Batten, I think it was.
Yep.
Like she was a monster on guitar. Like
Yeah.
it was great stuff.
So my Thriller, I wish I kept the original record, man, because I remember having that. And that in 1984, they came out at the same time. 1984 was killer, man. We had
that was a great era.
what's that? The Karate Kid, right? I mean, that whole
Karate
year
Kid,
was
oh,
awesome.
Yes.
All right, Ray.
Yeah.
So what record
Wax off, wax on.
did it for
Yeah,
you?
You're 16 years old. You get to see an Iron Maiden cover for the first time. You're like, what is this? He said, Ray, I got something for you. Here you go. And it turns out it's the Peace of Mind. He pulls it out, had a big brain on the cover. Says, here, Ray, grow a brain. What is this? Put it on. I'm like, oh, my
Science
God.
and music.
At that, playing in high school to learn how to play bass, and it's like Steve Harris, and then hear the killer sounds of, Adrian Smith and Dickerson's vocals. Oh, my God. To Tame the Land it was a B-side on the Peace of Mind album. Just totally.
So that, like, made you want to do, like, see, for me, like, when I heard Diary of a Madman, that was it. Like, something, it was, like, went off. So when you heard that, did that go off for you? Like, that was it, man? You were just obsessed with music at that point?
I just started every day. Couldn't rush to get home to play the album
Yeah.
and jam to it. That one song on that album is called To Tame a Land and The Flight of Icarus. Oh, my God. Just give me shivers up your bones when
Yes.
you hear it. Because he just took it to another level. Then the Peace of Mind came out. Peace of Mind. Then it was the Power Slave. That really took it to the next level.
Yeah.
And it just made me want to just be a better musician.
Yeah.
And write better songs.
Yeah, I know that thing about coming home, man, because I remember getting off the bus and just, I'll do homework later. I just want to play right now. And that I don't see any kids doing that. That I know of anymore.
I don't know what's going on with this. It's YouTube. It's poisoning the kids' minds anymore.
Yeah, no, and the mentality has changed. Like back in the days, it was always, we always listened to albums.
Yeah.
Like I always got an album, and I listened to the first track to the last one, and then maybe like nowadays they just kind of only listen to singles, and this is
some they don't even know who it is.
Yeah, and also you also notice this like in the way that like albums are like were created back then are created now. Like back then, like, it was like a whole artwork of an album. Like every song had its purpose usually, and every song you enjoyed the different kinds of song and how the album was, and you went through the lyrics like along and
but it was also like the whole album from start to finish had some kind of theme, most likely, right? So you wanted to hear the whole stuff so you can get on that journey,
the
right?
whole story, find out what their story was, you know what I mean?
And
especially with the lyrics from Bruce Dickinson and all that. It was very theatrical and stories and mythology and like today, like
also very intellectual, because Bruce Dickinson like he has his doctorate degrees and everything. He's a poet. He's a very intelligent and very well-read person. So his lyrics are very deep and meaningful. It's not like most of the stuff nowadays that are just kind of superficial and kind of smack that hoe and whatever.
That's a great way you put it. That's the right way you said it.
All right, cool. Well, you heard what albums changed. Jochen, the bass player of RPD, and Ray, the founder and guitarist of RPD.
Thank you, Shadow.
Thank you, man. All right, we'll see you. Well, you'll hear us on the next podcast. All right, as we say in RPD, what?
Remember, keep it
roar.